How is our local real estate market finishing out 2022? Hey, I'm Dauby with Dauby Real Estate, and believe it or not, 2022 is almost in our rearview mirrors, and the real estate market has started to slow down. If you've been watching the national headlines, it's a bit deceiving. The Midwest and Indiana is much different than the overall national real estate market. I have friends in other markets that were extremely hot, like Idaho, Utah, some of the coastal cities, and they saw home values go up the past few years, somewhere upwards of 25% every year for the last few years. We fortunately did not experience that. Yes, we had higher than normal home appreciation last year at 13%, the year before that 9%, but that is much, much lower than those markets. And now those markets are seeing home values actually depreciate compared to last year. So home values are dipping. Fortunately, here in Indiana and in the Midwest, we don't ride the roller coaster like the coast in some of these hot states do. So we didn't see our values skyrocket and now plummet. We are a little bit more steady, so we are continuing to see our home values actually go up here locally. But whenever we look at the most recent data, which is the end of November, the number of homes that were sold was down 22% compared to November of last year. So November of this year, there was 340 home sales in the 8 counties that we cover compared to 440 last year. Now, year to date, home sales are down about 6%, which isn't near as bad as the 22% that we saw in November. But we have seen home sales dip consecutively for the last 6 months. Number of homes listed for sale was also down in November. It was down about 6% compared to last year. Last year, we saw right around 430 homes listed for sale. This year, we saw 404 homes listed for sale. As I mentioned though, our home values are continuing to go up year over year. In the month of November, we did see home values go up. The average sales price in the month of November was just under $212,000, which was 3% more than November of last year. 3% is a much better number for us than 13, 15, or 20%. What we saw the last 2 years was not sustainable, so we're seeing the real estate market cool off, which is a good thing. As I mentioned, we're completely different than the rest of the United States. When I say we're completely different than the rest of the United States, I mean we're completely different than the coast and the hot markets. The Midwest in general is typically the same. It's more steady. You don't see the roller coaster rides, which is a good thing. Interest rates, as you all know, have completely changed throughout this year. We started out the year historically low, around 3%. As I'm filming this today, we're right around 6.5%, 6.75%, which seems much steeper than 3%, and it obviously is, but historically, the 6% range is still a low interest rate. The one thing we are starting to see in our market is we're starting to see buyers having a little bit of negotiating power whenever they make an offer on a home. It's good that buyers are not having to make distressed, quick decisions like they were the past 2 years. So buyers are actually able to take a couple days to go view a property. It's not an auction the very first day it hits the market. And with that being said, they're being able to negotiate a little bit more. So in the month of November, the average sales price to list price ratio in our area was 98%. So that means a seller typically got 98% of list price. But the really interesting statistic behind that was actually over 50% of the homes that sold in November sold at or above list price. So a lot of buyers are still getting their full list price or even a little bit above it, but there is more wiggle room on some of the homes as well. In homes, they're going up in value. They're still getting a good sales to list price ratio with over 50% going for full price, and they're still selling really quick. The median days on market was 8 days, which is lightning fast. The average days on market was 23, which is still very, very fast. Historically, typically, that's more in the 90 to 110 days. So homes are still selling for a prime dollar and very, very quickly, but the good news is buyers have some negotiation power whenever they are negotiating on some of these homes. In the month of January, we'll come out with our projections for what we think is going to happen through the real estate market throughout the year of 2023. But this was kind of our final look at the first 11 months of 2022 here in our Southwest Indiana market. And as we finish out this last video of the year, I just want to take a moment to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and hope you have a Happy New Year. Our team is here to be a resource for you. If you have any questions around real estate, we're happy to help you. Again, I'm Trey with Dauby Real Estate, and I hope you have a great day.